Have you noticed how, at the start of a new year, there's pressure to know exactly what you want, what you're changing, what you're aiming for, even if you're not quite there yet? If that feels familiar, this video is for you. Instead of setting resolutions, we'll slow down. We'll explore a different starting point, choosing how you want to be this year so clarity and direction can emerge naturally. You don't need to be motivated. You don't need to be inspired. You don't even need to be clear right now. This isn't a video about fixing your life or setting the perfect intention. It's a pause. It's a chance to slow down, reorient, especially if the new year feels loud or demanding. If at any point you need to stop, you need to pause, you need to come back later, that's completely fine. This is something you can return to anytime you feel off track. Let's begin. At the beginning of a new year, many of us start by deciding what we want to do or what we want to have. New habits, new outcomes, new results. And there's nothing wrong with that. But often we try to do new things while staying in the same internal state, the same pace, the same pressure, the same self talk. For example, we might want more balance, but we keep moving throughout our days in a rushed, a reactive way. Or we want to feel more confident, but we are still relating to ourselves with doubt or criticism. There's a simple principle that gently turns this around. It's sometimes called the be, do, have principle. Instead of starting with what you want to have or even what you want to do, it starts with how you want to be. Because the way you're being, calm or rushed, trusting or tense, present or distracted, it shapes how you act. And how you act shapes what unfolds. So rather than asking, what do I want to achieve this year? We begin by asking, how do I want to meet my life this year? Today, we'll work with a guiding quality, something you can return to again and again, especially on ordinary days. From that way of being, the doing becomes clearer, and what you create in your life follows from there. Let's move into the practice. If it feels comfortable, gently close your eyes or soften your gaze. Bring your attention to your breath, not by changing it, but just noticing that it's here. Notice where the breath is most present for you right now. Feel the support beneath you, the chair, the floor, or the ground. If you're carrying momentum, plans, or expectations, see if you can let them rest here. You don't need to arrive ready. You're allowed to arrive exactly as you are. And silently, you might say, I'm allowed to begin where I am. Before we choose anything, we listen. Notice how you're arriving into this moment physically, emotionally, energetically. Notice how you're arriving. There's no right answer. Simply notice. Ask yourself quietly, how am I really arriving right now? And gently ask, what feels ready to be different? Not what you think should change, but what feels honest. Maybe it's your pace. Maybe it's how much you take on. Maybe it's how you speak to yourself. You don't need to solve anything. Just notice. Now, instead of goals or resolutions, we listen for the guiding quality. A way of being you can return to. Ask yourself quietly, what quality would support me most right now? You might notice a word or a feeling beginning to form. Steadiness, ease, trust, presence, courage. If nothing comes, that's okay. Sometimes we meet the edges first. When a quality does appear, notice how your body responds. If it feels forced, soften it. Let it meet you where you are. Bring one hand to your heart or anywhere that feels grounding. Silently name your guiding quality. As you inhale, imagine gently inviting this quality in. As you exhale, let it settle. Notice where this quality lives in your body. It might feel warm, steady, spacious, or subtle. Now imagine yourself moving through an ordinary day. Not a perfect day, a real one. Notice how you meet challenges from this quality, how you make choices, how you respond when things don't go as planned. And if you drift away from this quality, which will happen, notice how you gently return. Notice how you gently return. This quality isn't something you hold tightly, it's something you come back to. Rest here for a moment and begin to bring gentle movement back into your body. Move your fingers, move your toes, and when you're ready, if your eyes were closed, open your eyes. And remember, you don't need to live this intention perfectly. It's enough to know it's here. You can return to this quality anytime in moments of stress, uncertainty, or choice. And if this practice was helpful, you're welcome to come back to it whenever you need to reorient. Thank you for taking this time, and thank you for beginning in this way. Start the year as the person you want to become.